Greetings and welcome to a special episode of Ballchat podcast. It's the Copa America post game, and I just realized I'm gonna lose. I have the Jamaica reggae boys in my background, but I don't care. It is the Copa America post game show, and I have my brother and my sister Benton and Camon is live. So Benton, come on. First of all, congratulations to the Messiites.
Championes, championes, ole, ole, ole. Hey, listen to me, man. Trust me, we're ready. And by the way, Argentina in the background.
Yeah,
The big bad number 10. Listen, thank you, Mr. Brazilian fan. How you feeling tonight? How are you doing? How are you feeling?
You know, honestly, I am feeling happy that a great footballer can now say that he got the monkey off his back. And I've said that I'm not trying to be coy. I'm not trying to be salty. I am happy for Lionel Messi for finally winning a well-deserved international trophy. So that's how I feel. As a Brazilian fan, I am happy for him. Disappointed my side never win, but we are going to get more chances. Benton, how you feel by your side?
yeah, feeling good. Congrats to Argentina, and also congrats to Lionel Messi. I don't want to hear any Lionel Messi fans forward and tell me about Lionel Messi is the GOAT. He just needs a men's international title to say him is the GOAT. Messi is not the GOAT. You cannot miss that goal that Rodrigo De Paul put on a plate to you and want to be good. So you may drop words man, come on. But congrats to Argentina.
Hey,
So,
listen. Even the best players need a supporting cast. And remember, from the competition start, my question has always been, why does not Di Maria not start? Why they don't start Di Maria? Every game, but why does
Yeah.
every game, I ask the same question. Why is it that Di Maria he does not start? And because he has always, I think he for me has been the best player, even though sometimes he gets a 30-year or a 25-year. I think he has been the best Argentinian player in this tournament. And for him to come out and have the game winning goal today, and it was a sublime goal. So let us not take away from Di Maria. Even when he hurt his ankle, he still came back. So I think if anything, Messi must put in prize money with Di Maria. But I am happy that my side win a trophy. I don't want to hear it. I
Yeah.
don't want to hear the Messi slander. I need to stop it. I don't care what no one say. Even the best, even your CR7 miss goals now and then. And plus, Messi did. Let us just throw that out there as well. The man have a trophy with it for his country, with his country. So, I don't want to hear nothing from you now.
Yeah,
Long ball.
big up to Lionel Messi. I mean, you can definitely see I see that Messi is on the other side of that hill. I mean, he's been an exceptional footballer, and you and I know. Come on, we watch Messi for years from the youth level, and tonight what we saw wasn't the Messi of old. So we just want to say that. But at the end of the day, he won a trophy, a coveted trophy that it's really going, cement his legacy as one of the best in the space. So big up to Lionel Messi, but big up to Di Maria, big up to the role players, even big up Nicolas Otamendi, who's been
Very
the
good
stretch
friend.
for a long.
After Jonah done talk, we're gonna talk about Otamendi. What? Oh, Otamendi make money in this football thing is beyond me. And Jonah talk about Fred. We're gonna touch on Fred too, because this was not Fred's best tournament.
Yeah, but big up to Mendy. Like I said, we don't know how he makes money in this business, but you know what? He's a champion. He's a South American champion. So big him up. Argentina, I thought Scaloni, handled the game quite well. There were sometimes decisions were made a little bit too late, but I think overall he got the job done. On the Brazil side, Brazil have ballers. They have ballers, and maybe they did Argentina a favor tonight. I don't know what it is, but Brazil have ballers, and I expect Brazil, this Brazilian team, to really launch off from here and really probably even win World Cup 2022. But them have some ballers.
Yeah, big up to Momo. Momo is saying yes, goody, come off for the goat name. So yeah, the game. Well, before we dissect the game, Copa America. What are your guys? Let's put a bow on the Copa America tournament. How do you feel about the tournament? Do you think that it's one of those classic Copa America tournaments? Do you think that it's is there anything taken away from the Copa America? How do you guys feel about the Copa America this time around?
Um,
I
Go
go,
ahead,
go
Carmen.
on, Kansas.
Ladies first. Go ahead.
I when we were at the group stage with Paraguay and Ecuador never too bad. The quality was a little bit poor. You were turned off. It wasn't really the big four. Even when Colombia plays sometimes, you were a little bit turned off. If it wasn't for the big four, you really did not sit and watch the entire 90 plus 5. This Copa America has taught me as a referee that a foul isn't necessarily a foul. I see 2 foot at one point, Mr. Thumping a face, Mr. Things that you would see in IFAB as a foul not given on the pitch. It was war out there. At one point, Otamendi decided that he wanted to take Neymar out clean, clean, clean. Ref gave a yellow, but it was a little bit rough. So for me, I like the Copa America, but for me, I think Euros was better. The quality for me for Copa was not really there, unless it was a Brazil playing somebody or an Argentina playing somebody. The third best team that kind of, gave you a little bit of excitement was Colombia. So it wasn't really a great tournament for me per se.
And for my perspective is that, and I've said this before, I don't like this sanitized football out of Europe. This marketing, great quality football coming out of Europe. They really sanitize and have a good package in terms of production. South America to me is football, it's life, it's culture. It's more than just football. And it was a rush tournament. I mean, remember it was up in the air. So for them to pull off this tournament in the middle of a pandemic, because Brazil is still going through a lot of issues socially and health system wise. So it was the ending of an era for a lot of players. Chile, that magical Chile side, it's the end for them. We saw Vargas, we saw your youngster player come on and Junior.
Yeah.
Vidal.
Yeah, Vidal. So it's the end of an era for those players, and it was nice to see them, here and there push a little bit, roll back the clock a little bit. So overall, I thought the tournament wasn't a total, total production in terms of great production in terms of quality. But at the end of the day, I take South American football night and day over anything else.
All right,
Them
so
to merge it with CONCACAF. I just think if they merge it, no, seriously, I just think if them because them put Qatar in a Gold Cup. If listen, I just think for better football, more exciting football, merge it with CONCACAF. Give the team them in a CONCACAF competition. Make it, I mean, like mix it up.
all right, normally for those that watch Ballchat religiously on a Sunday, you know that we have a statement that we always say that those are the views, and generally those are the views of Junior, but those are the views of Cameron and Cameron only. She wants to see Jamaica play against a Brazil, a Argentina, Colombia. Those are the views of Cameron and Cameron only. But let's talk about the game.
And Junior, sorry, but
Yeah.
they did it for the Copa Centenario a few
Yeah.
years ago, right? And but say if they're gonna have a Copa Centenario Copa merging with CONCACAF frequently, the CONCACAF side don't have a prayer in them.
No, but remember though, remember that if it was a non-COVID year, they always have an invite, a special invited team, and it's always like a Mexico or a New Zealand they always invite some other team to come and feel some of the Commonwealth football, but to bring in a whole other federations, like Who really wants to sit down and watch Suriname play against Bolivia?
Hey, listen to me. Listen, but we song I will watch Ecuador and and Peru are one of them side they play. Two look at the Paraguay player. Says, listen, Tapa Whitmore's team look like them can compete with the best of them.
All
Them can't
right,
go
all
throw the
right.
Chloe
Hold
Cologne
on, hold
squad.
on, hold on. All right, people. Let me just let everybody know this. Camon is an Argentina fan, and she obviously was drinking, right? So
Before the final
before
whistle.
the final whistle, Camon has been drinking. So we're going to give Camon a pass. But let's talk about the game. The famous Maracanã, the world famous Maracanã. We hear all the stats that were thrown out. From a Brazilian perspective, they have never lost a competitive game with Casemiro. We hear that both teams, Brazil hasn't lost a game. I think it's 13 straight or something like that. Since the last time they played against Argentina, they lost 1-0 with a Messi goal. We hear about Messi playing in his ninth tournament and he's 0 for 9 in winning the championship. We hear all of these stats that got thrown out. Was it a classic Brazil Argentina game? That's my question to you two.
No,
No.
no, not in my opinion. I mean,
No.
it was a rugged game. It was disjointed a lot. The diving,
It was a Jamaica Premier League esque kind of game.
there
It
has
was
to be something done in football. You are the referee. Come on. I don't know if you guys and IFAB need to get together and work out something, but there needs to be something done about the diving. I mean, the thing gone too far now. It's just as you brush against a player, and I'm not talking about Neymar in
in
particular,
the attack.
but players, even other men, they are dive. So
Massa,
it's just it's gone too far, and to that end, it wasn't a classic matchup. Brazil, Argentina, mano a mano, historically, ball a roll, and there were just a lot of interruptions in this game because of that.
but there are rules though for stimulation. There are rules there, but again, it is down to the referee's discretion. How many referees is he want to disrupt a big game like this by giving Neymar Neymar fake? He dives at least 10 times per game. That is a record. Anyway, you take it because he might get two yellow, right? So I think there are rules for simulation. It just depends on the referee, and sometimes the referee will just not do anything. Like he would say, "Get up" or "Play on." But I think if referees are a little bit more strident um in giving yellow cards, warnings to players, I think we'll see diving diminish by a lot
So
because nobody wants to get two yellows for diving.
big up the General Jeremy and saying, yo, why are you wearing that racist country jersey? And he also said it was a swimming pool and Neymar is a general. I agree with all
Hey,
three.
listen, just like with Italy, Italy is ridiculous. I try to separate the football because I'm a Messi fan and he plays for Argentina. So I understand all the issues that are going on, but I try to leave the politics out of football. If that's the case, then I say the same thing about England, but I digress.
Big up,
See
I
hey,
ya.
digress.
big up Marco. Marco said Messi deserves something. A whole come on Lee order and got that jersey delivered so fast.
Sir, I've my listen to Marco, you're not come this me now. Listen to me, sir. Put it have it plan. Me and the referee talk about it.
So, all right. So, talking about the game now, I know we're not one of the ballers and bugs and people. It's a quick show. We're just talking about the Copa America finals. Baller and bugs. Who was your bug of the game? And if you're watching right now on Instagram, not Instagram, on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube, first like, subscribe, and also let us know who was your bug of the game. Come on, and Benton, who is your bugs of the game?
Lucas Paqueta, he was my bug. Number 17 for Brazil, Paqueta, he was my bug. He had a bad game. And I wondered why it took so long for him to be subbed. And I think if he had not gotten that yellow card, he would have still be on the pitch. But he made a lot of mistakes, a lot of errors. He wanted to fight at one point. So I don't think he had a game. I also, and this is weird, I give Messi a bug. I really give Messi a bug. Because at one point you saw me say in the group, Messi needs a sub. He had a couple clear cut chances that he did not capitalize on. Granted, the commentator says the field is wet, the pitch is wet. It wet for everybody. At one point, I said to my husband, who's a Brazilian fan upstairs, that's speaking to me, that I asked him, is Messi still on the pitch? He was invisible for most of the game. And then you would think that that opportunity, one on one with the goalkeeper, you would think that that would have been a classic. As Benton said, when Messi was on the other side of the hill, we could have counted on that being a goal. And he just did not show up tonight for Argentina. But hey, so he got my little bug. My baller, I have to give it to Di Maria. I said all the time, I think he has been Argentina's best player the entire tournament. And tonight is just the cherry on top of the milkshake for him.
Yeah, I have bugs on both sides of this thing. All right, I have bugs on both sides of the thing. Paqueta, as Camon said, I agree with that. I definitely would give Lodi a bug, Lodi and Thiago Silva. There's no way that Di Maria, all for Di Maria, should be able to beat young Lodi on that goal. I mean, it was a beautiful pass by Rod De Paul, and the midfielders for Brazil should have put some pressure on that. But that ball was surgical, and defensively Lodi was out to lunch. So he gets a bug. He eventually got subbed. On the Argentina side, my bug has to be, yo, why does brother Giovanni Chelsea let Neymar pile in him and sombrero him? I mean, come on. Come on, you cannot get embarrassed like this. Kick down a man and just walk off the field. But you cannot get these embarrassments. So he gets a bug. And the baller for me was Di Maria was exceptional. But the Paul, the ability to go back and forth, box to box, just running hard. In fact, you know what? Forget the Messi hype, forget the necessary coronation, but the Paul needs some accolades because he was sensational for me as the ball, and he probably is the engine that pushed this Argentina team over the top.
I agree. De Paul is definitely my ball of the game for sure. And my bug, I have to give it to my Manchester United comrade. And I have to give it to Fred because I bet that you did say Fred was a weak link, right? And I said, what game are you watching? Because the reason why I said it is Fred plays his role well, right? But the issue with Fred is when Brazil need a little bit more coming from the midfield, he's not able to provide it. And Casemiro actually looked better as a footballer when Fred is off the field, which is telling me something. So
when I saw you ask Benton what game he was watching, I nobody said nothing because I say Junior in I'm feelings. So I'm not even gonna touch that because Fred, I say even the Brazilian fan who my mind, so he was so upset with Fred the whole game. Every time Fred touched the ball, Kevin kissed him teeth. Every time. So he had a bad game too.
No, but the thing with Fred though is that he's so fit and he's always around the ball, right? Which is a great thing when you are a holding midfielder. But one of the biggest characteristic of a holding midfielder is you also need to be able to turn over the play. You also need to be a play starter. And I think Fred's greatest ability is his weakness because the man is always around the ball. So he's always winning the ball and him get an opportunity to do something with the ball and him do crap. I even like, yo, dude, just fake an injury. Just fake say you're tired. You know, he's the closest thing in terms of being to fitness level to your boy at Chelsea, to Kante. And that's not being disrespectful to Kante. Fred is no Kante. But Fred seems to have that ability to always be around the ball. But what makes Kante great, he have those little touches, him have that ability to start the play, and you're always still hoping to Fred. Boy, Fred. But De Paul showed Fred how to play holding midfield today.
So, as it pertains to Fred, and it seems like he only has one side of defensive midfielder down. He can do the tackling and the breakup of the player, and he can do that competently, you know. But when you want a holding midfielder, at least I would like a holding midfielder who can tackle competently, but who can also trigger the player
Right.
and recover and make some passes now and again. You can, if you need Fred to make a pass to save your life, I don't think that'll go happen. So
Fred is a good footballer, but I think sometimes him just shows him is a football dunce. It's like him get the ball and he doesn't know what to do with the ball. So Junior, you have to have a talk with Ole if Ole ever talk with him because that was not it wasn't good today.
So let's put a bow on the game. Messi got his chance. Hey, now let me tell you something. You know me, I love run jokes and thing. I really want to crack some joke on Messi with that miss. But you know what? After 9 tournaments, after trying your best for bring the side on your back,
brother, I don't want to go for 9 tournaments. Why don't want to bring up all of that, brother, with the long talking?
no,
We don't want to pity. We don't want to pity nothing. We don't want. If you can do him up, do him up. We don't want. We don't want your pity, sir.
let me tell you
We
something.
don't want your pity.
It's when Messi collected the ball on the midfield at the half line, and I see him start take off. In the back of my mind as a Brazilian fan, I said to myself, this done. Because the Messi that I am used to seeing play football wouldn't cross the ball. That's an easy goal for the Messi. And that is when reality hit me that we are about to turn over a new leaf in world football. We see Ronaldo playing as a lone striker, want nothing to do with the wings. We see Messi deciding to cross a ball when it's a breakaway from the Messi. I was expecting that Maradona moment running from half line and sealing the game, and I was like, yes. And then he met the cross and get the ball again, and he just looked old and tired. And that's when it hit me that that's it. That is it. Like if I was Messi, I would not go to World Cup. I would just retire now.
All right.
What a thought tomorrow we hear say Messi saying retire from football period because isn't he a free agent? That would be. I mean, like after him wins the cup, Messi was like, "Listen to me, I am going home, hang out with my 3 boys and my 2 big dog and my wife, and just relax on the beach. Forget the whole of Uno." It would be. But you're right, Junior. And I am every time, and this is the thing, I am always at the Maria part, right? When him not do foolishness, because sometimes him head hot. But at 33 years old, I'm telling you, he's like he marshals the entire pitch. I mean, down the line, he's just this good player. And today, Messi really looked a little bit off. It's slow, old, and Argentina is slow. They're not really a fast team. Even these young players are not necessarily fast. The Maria faster than them. So it's nice to see young, fresh faces for Argentina. I don't know if when Messi gone, I can support them still. I just hang up the jersey.
So,
I
so
don't know, but I mean, I'm happy for him. But I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow he says he's retiring from football.
I, I,
Well, I mean, international football.
I think he should retire from international football, but Benton don't. I guess he wants to say,
No, because ultimately, I mean, these players are cash cow, right? The Messis and the CR7s of the world, right? And for FIFA World Cup 2022, you need two of your biggest marketing, whatever you want to call them, at your World Cup. So even if you need to show up with one leg, you can for show up. So,
But you have Mbappe, you have Neymar who is going to be there. You don't need a Ronaldo, you don't need a Messi. You really don't.
you have
Fans
Haaland.
just want fans just want real good football. And we have so many young and upcoming and even players who are a little bit younger than Messi and Ronaldo who can give us that extra oomph and that excitement of the World Cup. So we really don't need these two players. And Messi today, if this is the Messi that's going to come to World Cup, stay a yard, Messi. Stay at home.
And maybe there need to be some better management of time as it pertains. He probably shouldn't. So this is where a coach need to finally put down the shoe or put down the axe and say, Bregin, you're not playing no more than 50 minutes, or you're not playing any more than 30 minutes. And then structure that thing, because for a long time there's this notion that Messi can't be sub. Messi dictates when he gets sub, and etc. So I think he still has stuff to offer, but is now is incumbent on Scaloni to say, all right, Messi, we start phase you out, just like at Barcelona. Let's start phase you out, and then bring the next generation of ballers. But I also want to ask. I know you want to wrap up, but I also want to ask, as it pertains to Brazil, did you think that Tisha, with this pragmatic approach, playing the two holding midfielders, I mean, was that beneficial for them? And he seems like a pragmatic coach. He's been long heralded as a pragmatic coach. I mean, this is why they have this fancy record. But this is not Joker Bonita. This is not Brazil beautiful football.
No, 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 no,
This
no.
should change back to real old school Brazilian football.
No, but then
But, but
go ahead, come on.
sorry, but with that though, Benson, they had Argentina by the cojones. I mean, like even with I guess he did his homework, because trust me, the stats show it, and even the ball game of it. Because I remember I was saying that the goal is coming for Brazil. I mean, it stifled Argentina. So maybe he just maybe
I
you know
I don't
in what
agree.
film.
I don't agree. And as the Brazilian fan, I'm gonna tell you this. Teacher, he is giving Brazil players the opportunity to play Joga Bonita. The problem is, you don't. We are so used to seeing a Ronaldinho on the left wing. We are so used to seeing a Rivaldo on the right wing. We're so used to seeing a Denilson. We're so used to seeing that. We have Everton and Richarlison. Richarlison, if take out Richarlison and put in Bebito, take out Richarlison and put in Romario, Argentina get about 4 to them, right? Argentina played a simple game plan. Anybody can beat us except Neymar. It's that simple. Everton, like you said, I think Mente, you said the hype done. There is no next
Yeah.
there's no next baller for Brazil right now. Vinicius Junior came on and did nothing. Honestly, I would actually take what my boy was it Fred? What the name of the old time striker? The striker? No, I would take Julio Batista right now in Brazil.
Yeah, disrespect the Real Madrid. No, yeah, disrespect the Real Madrid player. You really are disrespect the Real Madrid player.
No, seriously. I right now, when Brazil had oh, why am I drawing a blank, and the big striker that used to play for Inter Milan, the big
Oh,
striker. No, no Hulk. I would take Hulk right now too, but the big striker, man, damn,
You talking about Adriano?
Adriano. I would take Adriano right now.
oh,
Get
Vinicius.
Whole alcoholic problem right there, Junior.
no.
Your
Ah,
whole alcoholic.
Vinicius.
I will take no, but that's what I'm telling you. That as a Brazilian fan, when I saw Adriano, when I saw, I think it's Fred. I think that there was another striker named Fred. When I saw players like these, I was like, this is a real Brazil. What them striker you go? We go from Rivaldo, Ronaldo, and Ronaldinho to them man, yeah? Kaka and them, where them money come from? And I will take Kaka playing his worst football right. Yo, you said teacher played two holding midfielders. He played two holding midfielders and gave Everton, Neymar, and Richarlison the license to do whatever the hell they wanted to do. And let me tell you something. It's almost like them get the keys to a Porsche and don't even know how to start the damn car.
Yeah, yeah. I will say, but Brazil has ballers. I mean, Brazil is a talent place where you have ballers coming through the ranks. So there are ballers out there. I was a bit surprised that Gabby Goal, I know he did well with Flamengo, has resurrected his Brazilian team career, national team career. I mean, so I don't know, but
him for go wrestle, him for go wrestle, him for go do some weightlifting. I think he for go do because
Big,
it's the next one. I him to come fight.
big up
I
El
think he was an
Pistolero.
enforcer tonight. But to me, when he says I think it's a good little baller, him just need some lamp oil. That's it.
El Pistolero said Argentina deserves this. They played with an urgency from the first whistle. I agree. And moving forward, I don't know. We'll talk. People, remember tomorrow, Ballchat live at 5 p.m. Eastern. We'll talk more. But real quick, what Jamaica will be playing in the Gold Cup. They're kicking off their Gold Cup game on Monday. And what the hell is going on with Mexico and Trinidad? They're not supposed to
It just kick off. It just
Yeah.
Mexico just taking the time with Trinidad tonight. So all the Mexican fans who watch Ballchat, please, don't go easy with Trinidad. It seems like there's an injury on the field. And yo, we hope
In the second minute, an injury I feel, I wish, oh, this man.
So,
Yes.
but
That'd be a
but
long
but
night
then,
for Trinidad.
but this the thing though. This the thing. Before we wrap up tomorrow, I think today's game was a precursor to the big match, Italy versus England. We're going to talk about it in depth tomorrow on Ballchat, on the Ballchat flagship show coming up at 5 p.m. Eastern, which will be right after the game. Benton, come on. What are your predictions of that game?
2-1 Italy.
yo, I'm picking the winner, I know. I'll be a fence rider on this game. I'll be a fence rider on this game. English fans, some of them are repugnant. They go to people places and tear up things. They go to people environment and drink too much alcohol and cannot manage them liquor and mash up people place. So those fans I cannot deal with. But this English team is a special team. And boy, imagine if they win and they then travel to Qatar for the next World Cup. Boy, Qatar flattened.
Mash up. But I must say, right? So I don't want England to win, but I'm cheering for Raheem Sterling. I want him to have a good game.
Yeah. But one thing is certain, there'll be the diving contest because of Ryan versus Immobile. It's a shark thing.
Yeah, the groundsman have to make sure the pitch wet.
Yeah.
Well-
but just I think England seems like the slight edge because of the fact that it's playing at Wembley. They probably travel a little less time and the team a little less distance and the team looks ripe for success. But I'm a fence rider. Any team can win, but I think a slight edge to England.
Who you got, Junior?
Who I got? It's staying home. And I am telling you right now, the Jadon Sancho is going to come on in the 65th minute, and he is going to score a pivotal goal at the 76th minute, and he's going to look, he's going to point to Rashford like this, coming on like this to Rashford, and then point to him, coach, and just shake him head like this, and just go
Hold
back.
on there. He's going to point to Rashford while Rashford is on the bench?
Yeah, but Rashford up on the bench. Cause remember, Rashford don't meet the quota, so we're just going to do that.
So those are the views of Junior, all right? Those are the views.
So Sancho can't start.
No, Sancho will not start. They're going to start Harry Kane, and I think Bonucci and the next old boy, Transporter. I call him Transporter. They're going to beat up Harry Kane. And they're
Chiellini.
They're going to physically beat up Harry Kane tomorrow. And
I see Maguire giving away 2 penalties.
no. Let me tell you something. And this is my precursor for what I'm going to talk about tomorrow on Ballchat Live. England's midfield is probably the best holding midfield in the world. I'm going to say that right now. And I know you not sit down there and say, wait, you figure about France and Kante and Pogba. I'm going to tell you this right now. Kevin Phillips and Declan Rice as a combination is all right, they're not there yet. They're going to be the best holding pair in the world come World Cup.
You correct your statement.
Yeah, correct my statement. And after tomorrow, we're going to say they have just cemented themselves and they are going to be a force to reckon with the world. I don't think they can win the World Cup, but that midfield pairing is Conte and Pogba-esque, in my opinion.
I do expect the Italians midfield to play them off the park. Marco Verratti and Jorginho. Yes, I'm not a fan of Jorginho and his speed, but they can pass the ball around them. It's going to be interesting. That midfield.
If Georgina has a good game, because
Yeah.
sometimes he has some brain farts, and you're like, Georgina, what are you doing? But yeah, the problem with Italy for me is the age. It's an older side versus youth for England. So the speed and I mean, if they can play, keep the ball away from England, I think we'll have an opportunity. But we're not going to beat them when it comes to speed because Raheem Sterling alone, him fast like 10 persons. So it him quick. Say no, it go.
Chiesa should be a huge asset because I mean, we know England can be had on that side of the field. So and then you have Insigne cutting in on the other side. So it's gonna be interesting to see what Roberto Mancini decides to do. I think he's the better of the two managers. So there's gonna be some tactical nuance there. And it's England, and we don't know. They might have a Robert Green moment with Pickford in goal. We don't know. I mean, England might wet the bed.
Or we might have a referee who is too comfortable at Wembley, and he might just, they have, yeah. So hopefully they use up VAR. I hope we have good referees up there sitting in the booth, and I hope we'll see who come up on top. But
So,
I just don't want to dive in. I can't be bothered with the foolishness.
so
So
see
Ryan
that.
needs to stay up on his feet. Immobile needs to stay on his feet as well.
So see that. So tomorrow, people, on Ball Chat live at 5 p.m. Eastern. All right, let's put it this way: Ball Chat will be starting tomorrow at the end of the Euro finals. Because the Euro finals kicks off at 3, and it can very well go to the to overtime, right? And if we go to extra time, Ball Chat ain't gonna be on live. So we'll be watching that. So look out for that, people. Also, Jamaica will be kicking off in the Gold Cup on Monday. We'll be having a watch along on Monday. So we'll say this again. And also, Ball Chat will be live in the stadium cheering on against our Suriname bridging them. But as I say it go. So look out for that. I'll be coming up this Monday. I hate that to know.
Wait, so Trinidad got a new goalie. It's not the 7-0 goalie playing in this game.
Them have a new coaching staff.
Because this goalie look good. It's currently what 0-0. It's not the one who got 7 against the US playing. So big up to the Soca Warriors family.
I remember Ballchat is the #1 podcast in Trinidad. So let us cut off before a goal score. Because we don't want to hear what bad mind Trinidad. So people, look out again tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern or at the end of the Euro finals. Our Ball Chat live will be live on Flow Sports app, also on Ball Chat YouTube. You can follow us right now at Ball Chat Podcast on Instagram, Ball Chat 1 on Twitter, Ball Chat on Facebook. You can also email us at ballchatpodcast@gmail.com. All our shows are available on all of those platforms. If you want the audio, and let me just tell you something. The world is opening back up. You're driving to work, or you are taking the bus or taking the train to work. You can listen to us on iTunes, on Google Play, on Spotify, on Stitcher. You can listen to audio and drive at the same time. If you're putting them in the back and make a whole heap of noise, listen to Ball Chat and laugh with them, man. So follow us, link up. Tomorrow, 5 o'clock p.m. Tomorrow at the end of the Euro Champions, when England is crowned, I will be on making Cameroon eat grass. So people look out for that tomorrow. I eat that to the Cameroon. Benton, I want to say later.
All right, bless